today I'll show you how I did leads to my track Crazy. So this is kind of the part that we'll go through. And as you can hear, my CPU is going ham because I actually do have like 78 mixer tracks or so in this project, so it's kind of packed. But in short, this is what we'll do. And then we have another one. So let's jump right into it and I'll show you what I did. So yeah, first of all, let's go through the main lead. I'm not that good in sound design, so what I tend to do is that I actually have tons of different preset packs. I download them. I don't usually make any sound from scratch, but then I find a preset and then I'll just tweak that a lot, make that sound my own, and at the end of the day, everything just comes down to the effects that you do and use. But yeah, so what's happening here is that I actually have only one MIDI track over here that plays the notes for the lead. That MIDI track then goes into these 4 different leads that I have. So without any effects, this is how the first lead sounds like. Cool. Second lead. Third one. And fourth. As you can hear, all of them are quite similar. So what's happening here is number 1 lead is actually the sort of the heart and soul for my lead here. So this is what's everything that's happening in the middle is basically this one. It's very tasty already. So that's the main lead. It's a serum preset make move. I didn't do much in this one. Just probably took some stuff off. Let's see. I think the sub and noise were on. Tweaked the envelopes a bit. They were actually. I think this is actually moving the pitch of the. Yeah. So just like. Basic stuff, a little tweaking. I think the sound was really good in itself. Took most of the effects away because I want to do all of them myself so that I can make it fit. But alright, as you can see, so I have all of these 4 different tracks. All of them are going to this main lead channel. So in short, this one is the middle track. This one is sort of what's happening left. This one sort of what's happening in the right. These are pans, so you can see that the more I have this on, the more the sound is going to left, and more this is on this side, so the more it's on the right. And then this is the stereo image, so what you can see is that this is right actually in the middle, whereas this lead that is pretty similar sounding, this one, is then far more on the sides, so to say. Yeah, and then all of these go to this main track that has a bunch of effects on it. All of them currently turned off. Let's go through the effects now. So on lead 1, I have what I have on every single channel on my tracks, the EQ. So this is something that I think is really important. You have to, especially if you try to mix multiple sounds into one. So in this case, 4 different leads into one big lead. So you have to have a filter that, an equalizer to make all the sounds fit together. Then my absolute favorite, Isotope Trash, just by far the best distortion plugin you can find. Highly recommend to buy this. But yeah, so this is what gives the distortion to the sound. Doing actually most of the stuff. And then just another EQ, because when I distort the stuff, so we usually add some weird sounds to the low end. see, there's actually stuff happening here, and that sound is not supposed to be there. So I want to take that away. Obviously, then on other tracks, pretty similar stuff. Probably only EQ on these two. I think the sounds were pretty fat already, and as they are just like stuff filling the side, so I didn't feel like I had to do anything more on those things. And then the sort of the side thing. So same thing over here. I didn't actually use this as a distortion plugin here. I just used it as a saturation plugin. Kind of the same thing, but much sort of cleaner sound. So what this does is it's not on. Here we go. So yeah, you can hear the difference. Again, just popping it sort of way like above everything. And then I sometimes I do this manually. In this case, I just used kilohertz's Haas plugin. So what this does is that it actually takes the sound and plays it a little slower, or starts it a little further on the left side in this case than on the right side. So that makes it feel like it's sort of so super wide, just because it has this tiny offset on the left side of the sound form. And then all of these go to the main sort of lead track that has bunch of effects in it. So you can see it's a massive. So the effects is everything. So please, like that's where you really have to focus on, is how to mix your track and how to put all those effects in place. In this case, what I've done is I use saturation on this one as well. This is a really good preset actually. Gentle push, and you can just tweak the sound a bit by adjusting the drive and then the curve. You could even add like different values to the curve, but in this case it didn't really benefit anything. So just boosted that up a bit, and that made a huge difference. So if we actually mute everything, go through it one by one. Here we go. So you can see it already like compresses the sound so much and makes it just way better. I got peak controller to actually control when the sound kicks in, because that's what's happening in the reverb over here too. OTT, another compression plugin. You can download this for free still, I believe, from Splice. So please go ahead and download it. Not a massive change in the sound, just adds a little bit of more depth into it. That's cool. Then this is the main reverb that is always on at the same sort of that volume. Just, you know, something that you need. Tiny bit of reverb to make it feel big as hell. But then this is something that I've actually I saw Brooks do this on his masterwork, whatever that thing was called. But I've used this trick too, like quite a lot. In my track shake that, for example. But so what's happening is that the peak controller is controlling the wet knob on this reverb. So whenever the sound is on, the wet knob goes down. So therefore you can make the reverb fill the room, even though so that when the sound kicks in, the sound is super dry, super smooth. But then immediately after that, so it just gets so super wet. It's awesome. So here. All those caps, and yeah, so I used this on, I believe, Shake That, and then I had a few remixes I did that you can find on my SoundCloud. At least the Sarah Larsson I Would Like remix. So what I did actually was the exact opposite. So you can be kind of creative with this one. So what I did there was that I wanted to have I wanted it to breathe so that it had spaces between those sounds. So I did the exact opposite. Whenever the sound was playing, so with a tiny attack, the reverb kicked in, and as soon as the sound stopped playing, so the reverb went down and it disappeared. Then I have a compressor, EQ, taking all the low cut stuff away, limiter, just, you know, sort of getting it in place. Then a sidechain, boosting that stuff up, and then filter that I use throughout the track on builds and on the outro and stuff. Cool. So that's the main lead. Then I have another lead, lead filler. So, sorry. This is supposed to fill all the sides. So what this does is I have the dry sounds. The dry sound over here. It's basic saw synth basically. So first of all, same stuff. Those things are off. So yeah, just distortion, compression, boosting the sound up, and a bit of different EQing there. And after that, track goes into these two now. So this dry sound goes into these two tracks. And then this track is all on the left, as you can see, all the way to the left, and this is all the way to the right. And then I have a delay plugin here, Fruity Delay number 2. And what this delay does, it doesn't actually do any delay, it plays the sound clearly once. But what it does is that I have this time over here, so I can actually offset when the sound starts to play. So instead of hitting when the sound actually hits in, it waits 11 milliseconds and then starts to play the sound. And then I do the same with a different offset on this side, a bit faster. So then it again gives you the feeling that it's super wide, because you hear them tiny in different times. Cool. And then this is the master track for this synth. So I have compressor, stereo plugin, boosting it just even a bit more, Valhalla vintage verb, reverb, and then equalizer, and then sidechain, making it go filling up the space. Cool. And then one more synth, actually, this one. That kicks in on the second part of the drop. Same stuff, distortion, compression, equalizer. And this is a cool plugin. It's called Ambience. It's a free plugin you can download from Splice 2. It's a reverb that actually gives it so much bass. This is something that you don't want to add to your main elements, because it just gives so much bass into it, and you can't really control that. But this has the like best sounding higher parts of the reverbs that I've ever found, and I think that this fits every single sort of these things where you just want to fill in the space. This is a support vocal lead, as you can hear. So I wanted to add this on top of the main lead. So therefore, I think it fitted perfectly in this case. So makes a massive difference. But you need to be really careful with this reverb plugin. It can fill up the whole place too much. Then another OTT limiter, and then sidechain, and then all of this goes like all of these leads I have here go to support lead bus that has one more compressor, just to sort of make these sounds that's happening sound a bit better together. Anyways, that's how I did the leads, whatever, to my track called Crazy. Hope you guys got something out of this. Feel free to copy everything I did and tweak them and make kick-ass songs.
Does that make me crazy?